I've just spent a week on this island in Indonesia and have been losing weight sustainably. Despite indulging in rice, fatty and fried foods, it's rarely a place people would visit, but their food is amazing. I was able to lose my fat and weight very visibly, which is a first for me and being on holiday. So I wanted to share my experience and eating journey with you. So get involved in the comments down below and tell me what you think about each dish. I'd like to know what you'd replace it with, how else you prefer to cook it, give me some cooking ideas, and everyone else. And tell me what would and wouldn't work for your body, because we're all different. Well done if you've clicked through on the end screen of my second weight loss vlog, which was the first in my Indonesian series. This video follows on from that, so if you have done that, you'll be following me and my route around Indonesia perfectly. And as we established, my next stop is the island called Ambon, which has some of the best, most flavoursome, most colourful plates of food I've ever seen. But if you're looking for weight loss inspiration, travel or food inspiration, then this is the perfect video for you, because I'll be combining all of these things together. And for the benefit of the new viewers, both times I visited Asia, I put on a serious amount of weight, and I was really worried that I was going to lose all my progress from 2024 just in this 3-week holiday. But my most recent trip was to Bali back in 2018, where I reached my highest weight of 108 kilograms, and I'm only 5'9". So there were definitely some concerns that I'd put back on all the weight that I'd lost in 2024, which is roughly 17 kilograms. But let me take you through my journey so far. Having had a wonderful first few days in a city called Bandung, I found myself in Jakarta, having a haircut and catching a very early morning flight at 1:30 in the morning. It was a 4-hour flight from Jakarta and is also 2 hours ahead. So we landed around 7:30 AM and was picked up by one of my girlfriend's uncles to take us to my first meal on the island. The amazing food laid out here was mainly for Nasi Kuning, or in English, yellow rice. It's traditionally associated with the island of Java and have a traditional dessert at the end, so make sure you stick around. I've seen this everywhere, not just in Indonesia. So in planning this video, I was interested in understanding a little bit about yellow rice, and maybe answer my questions. Like, why do I see it everywhere? And the reasons are simple but interesting. So it turns out, yellow rice does have favourable symbolic meaning. The yellow rice is perceived to look like a pile of gold. It's also a symbol of good fortune, prosperity, wealth and dignity. So there you go. At this point I could have gone on a complete rabbit hole, but keeping to the rest of the travel vlog aspect of this, my meal continued to be prepared with fish, marinated and cooked in traditional Indonesian spices, rice noodles, a cucumber and some sambal, or otherwise chili sauce, some rice crackers on top. Not only was I starving after the flight, but this dish was just incredible and one of my favourites the whole holiday, and if I could make this at home, I would. So if you want this recipe, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see if I can get the recipe off my girlfriend's mum. Might be one of those secret recipes. But before we carried on to our hotel, they also made this interesting traditional Indonesian dessert. I've asked my girlfriend's mum for the name of the dish. It was pretty cool watching it being made. It was simple and only consisted of banana leaf wrapped rice, shaven coconut and liquid palm sugar. I love toasted coconut chips, but fresh coconut meat isn't my favourite, so the palm sugar and sweet rice definitely made it better for me. But I'm glad I tried it, and if you get the chance, so should you. And the food gets better throughout the first day, with one of the most wholesome types of meals I've ever had just to finish it off. Before we could have our desperately needed showers and get rid of our bags, we had to meet some of my girlfriend's mum's friends. They were waiting for us with drinks and food from the hotel, and this was one of my favourite dessert type meals I had all holiday, and filming this video I really miss it. But this is Pisang Goreng, where Pisang means banana and Goreng means fried, so banana fried, or for the smart ones out there, fried banana. It's so unique and authentic you'll struggle to find a good version of it outside of Southeast Asia, and you can see that everyone loves it. You may have clocked the fact that this fried banana had both chocolate and cheese on it, just like my mention in my last vlog, topped off with condensed milk, made this a real treat. According to someone named Tassia Seeger, who is the co-owner and chef at a place called Makan in Melbourne. Now Makan means eat, or food. Eat, I was right. A combination of cheese and chocolate is very complimentary and gives this other level of flavour, which I would say I know what he's talking about after trying the combination a few times. But then Jenny, to use her actual title, drove us through the city to an incredibly beautiful area of Ambon called Teluk Baguala Bay, where we had the most authentic and unique dish you've probably ever seen, and I've certainly ever eaten. and it's got a pretty cool name too. The place we went to is named Rujak Natsepa and is actually famous for its rujak. Rujak, or if you want the Malay spelling, is rojak. It's ultimately a salad dish originating from Java and commonly found in Indonesia, Malaysia and Singapore. In all three countries, the most popular variant is this salad composed of a mixture of sliced fruit and veggies served with a spicy palm sugar dressing. Obviously, you could have whatever fruits and veggies you wanted, but I'm now wondering what other variants there are of these. So I asked ChatGPT and cross-referenced with Google. Rujak buah. Buah means fruit in Bahasa, and that's what I had. Rujak Cinggur is a version from East Java that includes cow nose and a mix of fruit and veggies. I'm glad it said the last bit there, but either way I'm not keen on trying this, but I'm sure I'll give it a go at some point. Rujak manis, which is a sweeter version with less chili, and Rujak petis, which includes fermented shrimp paste, or otherwise petis, in the sauce for added umami. And all of these are typically served as a snack or an appetiser, and it's a symbol of diversity, and that's true in a microbiome sense as well. The base of my dish was made by crushing peanuts and blocks of palm sugar using a massive pestle and mortar. The peanuts obviously gave a nice crunch, but I had never eaten beaten palm sugar, and it was lovely. Very sweet of course, but it did a really good job of holding the peanuts together and giving the fruit and veggies an additional layer of complexity. Now the first fruit you can see being sliced up there is papaya, which I tried for the first time on this trip to Indonesia and tastes amazing. I actually released a YouTube short about it, which popped off, and I was very pleased about that because it was the best edited short and the one I spent the most time thinking about. But I'll run through the benefits quickly. Obviously rich in nutrients like vitamins A, C and E, papayas give digestive aid as they contain an enzyme called papain, I think that's how you pronounce it, which helps break down proteins and aids in digestion. It's low in calories and anti-inflammatory, which I could do more of to help my inflammation from my IBS. High levels of vitamin C help boost the immune system and provide beneficial skin health. Many people got involved in the comment section of this short, which I'll leave a link for in the description down below. And one helpful viewer told me that you can do many things with the seeds. As you can see, it's versatile in the kitchen, so you can include it in your breakfast, lunches and dinners. Now the second item took a fair bit of searching around for, and without bothering my girlfriend's family, who would all be asleep out in Indonesia right now, I ended up doing a Google search, and it's something called kedondong. In English, this is a June plum, which was diced up perfectly and added to my rujak buah. Kedondong is good for reducing bad cholesterol and good at increasing the good cholesterol. And some of the other benefits that I'll briefly brush over include high fibre and water content, maintaining blood sugar stability and good for maintaining blood pressure. And the third fruit has to be one of the coolest. It's named after its shape, and it's the star fruit, also known as carambola, which I haven't heard of before. They sort of had a waxy skin with 5 edges, and they again have very similar benefits: antioxidants, reduces inflammation, etc, etc. Then we had some potato and mango before the lady added some pineapple, which I also made a YouTube short for, and also popped off a little bit, which I was also obviously happy about, and I'll leave a link for those in the description down below. So if you're keen, make sure you check those out, because we're going back to Ambon City for my first dinner on the island. Dinner was obviously going to be special, and after being out at Rujak Natsepa until dark, it was pretty cool to see Ambon City at night, with all of its nightlights on, and we pulled up to Kong's restaurant as he was preparing the meal. My girlfriend had told me a little bit about this restaurant beforehand. She couldn't stop talking about how amazing it was, and it was amazing. I've never eaten any combination like this, even at all the restaurants I've been to in London with my girlfriend, and the setting was pretty cool as well. It was like a proper room, and I'm not sure what the name of the dish is, but it consisted of noodles, spinach, wontons and pork, served in the best broth I've ever had, and he adds starch to thicken it. I'll be giving that a go at home, and I'll be interested to know who else puts starch in their broth, so get involved in the comments and let me know what your favourite type of broth is and how you make it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And we finished the night with some of this stuff, provided by their family friend Rido, who we met earlier that day. But my favourite food in my dinner were the wontons, and a close second was the pork. And that's only because Kong cooked the best pork later on in our trip to Ambon, which you could see here. And given you've watched until the end of the video, I know that you'll also be interested in this one, where I have my second day in Ambon, trying even more gut healthy foods that you must stick around for.